is the titular supernatural antagonist of the games with the same name, which have a deep,
She's not supernatural though. She's
ambiguous
just an old
story
fucking lady
involving
who
other
moves
supernatural
sometimes.
entities, such as Grandpa, Angeline, Slenderman, Slenderina, Slenderina's husband, and the child.
Jesus
Presumably
Christ.
being inspired by a mix of legends and myths. As the story is hugely left open for
Thanks to
interpretation,
the tier 1
that's what we're gonna do
Dougie.
today. Hi folks,
The mummy
I'm
chemical.
R,
And thanks to the
your
resub blue.
narrator. This video will contain spoilers
I don't know about a
all of the
tour.
installments of the Slenderina, Slenderman, and Granny series. With that in mind, let's begin.
Thanks to the Hey Freddy, good to see
Granny
you.
is an
Hope you're doing
entity
well.
which is proven to be of supernatural nature
Fuck
due
yeah,
to her
man.
glowing red eyes and immunity to gunshots. She traps people in her house and cellar, including cells, presumably usually men. Due to a personal vendetta, she still holds.
Is there
which we will
cutscenes in the
talk about
game?
later in the video. In the first
I've never
game,
seen one.
several writings and a note on a scrap piece of paper inform the player that he isn't Granny's first victim. In fact,
I had no idea this had
there
a
have
story.
been many more people she had trapped and killed. One of her ways of killing being the guillotine she sketched and designed, presumably by herself.
Oh, Freddy,
In the
Jesus
second
Christ.
one, the trend continues with another person waking up in the
Thanks to
cellar.
the resub Type Fun,
Yet another
Joe,
victim
tier 1
of
Pepper,
Granny.
Prime Pickup,
Except in this
Charlene.
one, Granny is accompanied
my God,
by another
Freddy, thank
vicious
you.
accomplice called
Resub Fun
Grandpa.
Freddy.
The third installment starts a
Holy
little
fuck,
different,
Freddy, thank
with
you.
the protagonist entering the premises on his well. Upon getting caught by the Grandpa, he gets shot and taken to the cellar cell, where he finds remains
I thought he
of
was
some
holding a
other victims
handsaw,
in different cells.
like a leaf blower.
Who is Granny and her malevolent family members? Let's start
Thank you
from
so
the
much, Freddy.
beginning and discuss Granny's story.
I'm excited. I had no idea it was so deep.
Let's start with the first installment in the series, Granny 1. The player wakes up in a room. Upon further inspection of the house, he comes across the Granny, a white-eyed, grotesque old woman in a white nightgown.
Jesus, that
and
sounded very
patchy
personal.
White hair. She wields a bloodied bat and has blood on her mouth, giving us a clue of how she attacks and kills her victims. After shooting Granny by finding disassembled parts of a shotgun,
Oh
and
my God, there's a
assembling
gun in the game?
we learn that Granny is immune to bullets, and possibly
I might have to
she's
actually
immortal,
play it at some point.
being immune to death.
That's a stupid
This can
idea,
be
actually.
further
Never mind. It's
fortified
fucking
by a
dumb.
diary we find in one of Slenderina's installments, which is written in 1892, suggesting that Granny is extremely old.
Yeah, it makes
The
sense.
blood on her mouth suggests that she bites
There's a
or
Prime
even
Wayne
eats
and the
parts
resub
of her
nephew.
victims.
Thanks,
Maybe
Mecha.
not her preferable way of killing them, as she has hand-designed a guillotine and likes to imprison her victims to death, as seen in the third installment. Nonetheless, she still bites and possibly even eats her victims, hence why she has been thought of sharing resemblance to zombies. Investigating further, the player finds a mysterious crib with no baby in it, or anywhere near to find. After collecting a teddy bear and placing it inside the crib, a ghost of a woman known as Slenderina shows up, leaving a key
Oh my
behind
God.
and disappearing. Exploring a bit more, we can find a woman shackled to a wall, and presumably dead.
God, this game looks
We
like
later
such
find out
dog
this
shit.
victim is
Oh my
called
God.
Angeline, the daughter of Granny.
Holy Lord.
Therefore, it becomes evident that a tragedy has taken place here, causing the death of two women, Angeline and Slenderina, a possible child, and maybe even Granny herself.
Yeah, I'll do a
who
full
is now
playthrough, I guess.
hostile and seeks
I have to see
for
this.
blood. In myths and legends, an entity known as the White Lady in a white dress and long black hair is well known in many different countries.
La Llorona.
In one tale originating from Netherlands, there's an evil spirit of a woman who imprisons men
Thanks,
who
Resub
had been
Jackson.
mistreating women and abusing them. This evil spirit punishes them for a while, then eventually kills them to deliver a swift justice.
Yeah, she doesn't
Although the
sound
story is
bad.
not identical to Granny's, it bears close resemblance.
Thanks to
Granny seems
resub
to be a
one-
malevolent
One
presence
Wation.
who lures men or drags them into her house. She gives them 5 days of mentally and physically tormenting them before she kills them. She also had chained
Thanks
up
to
her
resub Monkey.
daughter, Angeline, to a wall, causing her death. Now, why would Granny kill her own daughter? In the Child
she's
of
evil.
Slenderina's ending, we find a diary that tells us the backstory on how Slenderina and her father died. The Slender Man. July 10th,
Oh my
1892. Dear Diary, it has been a good day today, but I'm starting to feel dizzy
Thanks,
and nauseous
Plupless.
now. The whole family went to the park, and the weather was wonderful. Mother was in an extra good mood, which doesn't
Thank you for the 5
happen
gift subs, Dougie.
that often.
Thank you for that.
When we came home, she cooked us dinner. I thought it tasted a bit weird, but didn't dare to say anything. Father looked pale and had to lie down straight after dinner. I can hear him in the other room. The pain! I'm feeling even worse now. My head is spinning.
Oh my god, I can't believe it!
Therefore, we learned that Angeline, Slenderina's mother, and the granny's daughter was the culprit behind Slenderina's and Simon or Slenderman's death.
Thanks to the resub, Son of Mitch, the Prime Majin, and Tier 1 Bolog.
This probably angered Granny very much, making her shackle Angeline to a wall and let her rot.
I
The reason
can't
why
believe there's
Angeline
actually
kills
lore
her
in this
husband
shit.
and daughter are left to interpretation, one of which might be due to Angeline's unstable mental health, as we see a portrait of her in the asylum alongside Slenderina, which could be suggestive of her being
Thanks to
admitted
Donkey,
to the
resub
surreal
Lost, and Tier
asylum
1
and giving birth to
Awesomeness.
Slenderina in there, as we also can find a baby on a table.
That's a bait.
There
It
are
looks like a
several other
walnut.
theories, one common one suggesting that this child belongs to a Slenderina, but I still believe it's Slenderina herself, as it bears no resemblance to the child, and this one looks almost identical to Slenderina. Therefore, we get a glimpse of how broken and unhealthy this family is. There's
Maybe
another
trees.
folklore about an evil, vengeful spirit of a woman who lures unfaithful men into her house and kills them. This entity used to be a woman who was cheated on by her husband.
Ugh.
In sorrow and despair due to her partner's infidelity, she kills her child and herself. She then arises as a hostile spirit,
Is it
desperately
Tier 1
trying
Law
to
of
find her
Pyro?
child while killing anyone in her way. Yet another one is of a woman
How
who
is there
loses her child and eventually
18
dies
minutes
due
of
to a
this?
heart attack or extreme sorrow.
Thanks to
Then she
resub
arises
Aben.
yet again as a spiteful spirit, trying to find her child, killing anyone in her way. These stories can compare to Slenderina's, as when the player places the teddy bear in the crib, Slenderina's soul appears
Thanks to the Prime
and
Old
then
PC.
goes away leaving a key behind, presumably becoming satisfied as the teddy bear might have belonged to her child.
I'm just gonna fucking play the game, I guess. I had no idea there was lore. When I played it like 4 years ago, I'm pretty sure there wasn't any of that shit. I'll have to actually try it. It doesn't seem like good lore.